Oh, man. Welcome back to the gray space. I'm Zeke. That's Dre.
Yes, sir.
And we got another good one for you guys this week.
Yes. Make sure you subscribe to become part of the tribe. Do us right. Hit that like. And
comment if you're rocking.
If you're rocking with the content. Now, we got a special guest in the building, man.
We do.
Our guest today is an up-and-coming artist out of Arizona by way of Southern California. A self-proclaimed late-to-the-game artist who feels he has much to prove. He uses complex entendres and the flipping of words to attack aggressively and precise. Having influences from an older era of hip-hop, he gravitates towards storytelling and the boom bap style. His latest mixtape, MackSht Volume 1, is his attack at reviving dead industry beats. The Gray Space is pleased to welcome ZackThaMack in the building. What's good, man?
What's up?
ZackThaMack, what up, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, everything's good, man. You know what I'm saying? What is it? 4 times the charm, 30 times the charm. You know what I'm saying?
We got it right, man.
But we here, man. We are here. And glad to have you in, man.
MackSht.
Yeah, man. You know, I would imagine that this past year has been pretty incredible, busy. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot going on. But I really let's go back to the beginning. You are a Southern California boy.
Yeah. Dirt kid, man. Grew up in the dirt.
Okay, so Bakersfield area.
It's about an hour north of there.
Okay.
And right in between Bakersfield and LA. So it's a lot of people. It's hilarious. I was talking to my homeboy about this the other day. Is that it's the town, and I don't know if you play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Okay.
But the town you drive out to in the desert, that's us.
What's the name of the city?
It's Antelope Valley. It's Lancaster.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You the dirt. Oh, yeah.
Dirt ain't nothing but tumbleweeds and squeakers out there.
That's Arizona. That's Arizona in the middle of Southern California.
Absolutely. Right. People talk about it. You move from one desert to the next.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm getting money out here, though.
Yeah. So talk to us, man. Early years, man. How you got into the hip hop scene? Obviously, being from a smaller city, but still being from Southern California, having those, the California influences in general. Yeah. Talk to us how you got into it, bro.
My mom put me on hip hop, man.
Okay.
And if you let her tell it, I mean, rest in peace. She passed about almost a year ago now. Yeah. Appreciate it. But she's the one who put me on the hip hop. She and my brother too. My older brother was a lot of my influence because he was 7 years older than me. So getting into it before I ever got close to it. You know what I mean? Okay. So, but she put us on to hip hop at a really early age. She says she was one of the only ones in Roseman, California, listening to that shit. Okay. That's how she tells it. But and then after that, I was at an early age, I'd hear hip hop a lot, and then our family went through a lot of things, man, and I leaned on hip hop real heavy in my, adolescent years.
So what kind of hip hop? Were you the West Coast stuff, East Coast stuff? Was it a mixture? What was it?
I didn't get into East Coast rap until I was probably in 9th grade or something like that.
Okay,
so,
all right.
It was mostly West Coast hip hop when I was super young. My brother just happened to be on 3 6 Mafia like crazy.
Okay.
So we were listening, which is also crazy. We were listening, body parts, all this shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it was a different thing, but it was like something we used to escape always. It was always, hip hop has always been a thing where it's like, man, we can cut it on and forget about what was going on and all that stuff. So there's a lot of people in my family went through addiction and certain things, so I just used it real heavy. The funny thing is, everybody from my hometown probably knows me from, not knows me from, but they knew that I wrote poetry at some point because everybody kind of knew I wrote poetry. Okay. And I also listened to hip hop heavy, but it was like mostly at my house. Like a lot of my friends at school wasn't around hip hop and all that shit. And where was I going with that shit?
Poetry.
Oh yeah. So I never put two and two together, and I would always see people rapping. It was just somebody never told me to the side. It was like, hey man, if you like writing words and you like music, you put this shit in.
Right.
Like literally till I was 25. I was a consumer of hip hop until I was probably 25.
Okay.
And then I started formulating a plan after that, but before that it was literally leaning on it, and then and especially in my late teen years, we was on everything, man. Wayne was going crazy,
right?
You know what I mean? Who else there was a lot of 50 years before
Obviously
that.
50,
I was on 50, man. I got a funny story about the Get Rich or Die Trying album. My dad hated hip hop, right? He wasn't in my life too much.
Okay.
Hated hip hop, and he picked me up one time, and I was probably 11, 12 years old. We went to Las Vegas because he had his brother was staying out there. And he would get out there and he's all, what you want to do? And he's all, hadn't seen me in a long time. You know what I mean? He's all, what you want to do? And I was all, I want to go get the Get Rich or Die Trying album. And he's all, what is that? And I was all, it's the 50 Cent album. And so begrudgingly, he took me and we rolled around the city listening to the Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's dope. That's dope.
He didn't like nothing but classic rock, you know what I mean? Old school shit.
Yeah, Did he like it?
I don't think he liked it. I heard stories when I was a kid. He used to throw my mom's rap CDs out the CD or out the whip. Like when she would be in, he was hating on hip hop.
He was one of those rap is crap.
Yeah, right. All that. Yeah,
man, rap is crap.
Yeah,
man. What is
so
this
I went a whole different way though. He wasn't there a lot of the time, so I went a whole different way and leaned into it. I was with my mom, so
yeah.
What were your influences kind of growing up? What did you really kind of like? You were like,
Pac
man.
was very heavy. Obviously, when M came, it was crazy. So I paid attention a lot to Pac. M, a lot of West Coast shit. Warren G. Who else? Exhibit. My mom loved it.
Exhibit.
My mom used to say Exhibit was her baby daddy. That's my baby daddy.
Okay. I respect it. Yeah.
But it was a lot of West Coast, like I said, when I was real early in. But I remember Pac was just a big thing for me because it was something I could relate so much to all the shit that was going on. And then I seeked anything that was kind of similar to when J. Cole came out. It was, you know what I mean? It gave you those vibes of poetry and that kind of stuff. So, like I said, poetry and hip hop, both that's my shit. So
going back to the poetry, like, when you were doing poetry, were you performing or you were just writing?
I was just writing poetry. I would just write. I had a shoebox full of just poetry, and most of the stuff nobody would ever see. So, some of the things I was trying to get my Mac on when I was real early.
Okay, respect.
Send those little poetry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get that shit out, and then a lot of it was pain, man. It was the pain was just sat in there. My mom did probably a year and a half at Chowchilla Corrections.
Okay,
and I remember while she was gone, I wrote her something crazy, and I read it recently, and it's just the meanest things you could ever, you know what I mean, think of a 12-year-old to say about, not the meanest things, but it was like the saddest thing you could read from a 12-year-old, you know what I mean? But she read it to her, she went from there to like the halfway house thing, you know what I mean, on the way out, and they were doing the group therapy, and she read it, and she said people were in tears and all that shit. So I've always had a way with words, and everybody in my family pretty much told me, you know what I mean, when I started writing, they'd be like, you know what I mean, you're really good at writing, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
do you still write poetry?
No.
No?
I write. I'm in love with music. I'm in love with the beat being along with it now.
Okay.
Too much.
All right.
So,
yeah.
I could write poetry today, but it's just my mind's in such a different thing. There's so much with hip hop that you have to pay attention to with my sound and all that shit. I don't even have time to even, you know what I mean, get into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I love poetry, man.
So you said you actually said something before we jumped on. You said I feel like I was asleep.
Yeah.
Until I was 25.
Yeah.
And this is where you said you basically started really getting into hip hop. You know what I'm saying, and really working on music. What was it? What was it that you said, okay, I'm gonna start pursuing this as something that, you know, at least as a hobby, but definitely something that I want to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and I'm looking forward to. What was the change there?
It was a mixture of things all happening at the same time. I give a lot of credit to my homie, but I'll get to that in a second. But it was all the years, like I said, of sitting on the couch, and then I would always equate how I'm doing to how much money I'm making, how my bills are paid, and all that shit. And then that was all I would do is just do that, go home, sit on the couch, play video games, veg out, whatever the fuck, just sit there. And that was what we were both on, man. My wife's been with me. We've been together for 11 years now.
Okay, dope.
Yeah,
man,
so
dope.
we was both in it. Now, when I was super overweight. I was probably the last time I checked when I was my heaviest was 280.
Okay.
And I would always been big as a kid. I was big when I was in middle school. I kind of thinned down in high school, but I was always kind of a bigger kid.
That's crazy, dude. I can't imagine.
Yeah,
just sit here,
100 pounds,
looking at you, dude.
Pounds.
I'm like, man, that'd be weird to see you 100 pounds heavier, man.
I'll show you my ID in a minute.
Right.
It's got my ID is old enough to where it was right before I started rapping, and it was just fat face out here. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. So, but it all came at the same time. I'll give my homie Ramses a shout out again. He came to town. He does contractor work, and he was staying in town. So working in town. So he stayed with us for a couple months.
Okay.
And he had been in the gym, and he was like, "Come on, man, let's go." And he's all, and I was all right, whatever. I got addicted to that shit so fast. It was about a month in. I was like, all right, I'm gonna lose a bunch of weight.
Okay.
And then at the same time, right after that happened, it was like I was in the gym. I was listening to all my favorite music. I was heavy, and then it clicked where I was like, man, you could probably write something. You know what I mean? You haven't written nothing in years. And wifey went out of town. They went to California for a weekend. I pressed out. It's still on SoundCloud right now. It's called Bastard Kid.
Okay.
6 songs, super on my laptop with the interface and a cheap mic, and it was. I remember I made those songs that weekend. It was like 6 songs, and after I made them, I listened back and I was all, yeah. I wanted. It was at that point I was like, I'm gonna try and prove to myself that I can do this.
You can do it.
I never thought when I was growing up I would never think that I could. It just, like I said, I never put 2 and 2 together to where I was like, I'm good enough to do something like this and make a sound and do all that. Because when the hip hop I was listening to when I was growing up, it was a lot of different. A lot of it's street stuff and a lot of, you know what I mean. So it took a minute for me to get it, even imagine it as me. So, but I proved to myself for a minute, and that mixtape was the very beginning of that. Those 6 songs, I remember hearing them, and I was like, yeah. I remember thinking like, if I was to be doing this for 10 years, I'll be dope. You know what I mean? Because it was at a certain. I was like, I like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I know if I do this shit for 10 years, then I'll probably be dope by the time I get done.
That's dope. You know what I'm saying? And definitely, I think one of the hardest things as you getting into being an artist is kind of recording yourself, right? And then hearing yourself back.
I used to hate my voice.
Okay.
Now I got a little pocket. Now I can, you know what I mean?
And so that's what I was going to ask you, because you have a very distinct style.
Yeah.
So when you first started, like, was it close to where your style's at now, or was it completely different? Like, you had to really work on that delivery.
Yeah.
Okay.
It took a minute. I think I used to. I'm real heavy on the 10,000 hours type thing, right? So while I was doing all that stuff on SoundCloud and I was doing stuff, I wasn't thinking about this has to be the dopest shit right now. I was thinking about I need to figure out how to make music and how to press out a song with with ease and all this stuff. And so I need to get repetitions in. And at some point along the way, I remember I can't remember the YouTube guy who uploads. He's a pretty big YouTube producer, dropping beats on YouTube.
Okay.
And I used to just throw his shit on. That's what and also in the back of my mind, I was like, as a rapper, and when somebody puts a beat on and says rap, you got to be able to rap. So I need that repetition like crazy too. So I used to cut YouTube beats on and just spaz out. And I remember it was like a boom bap beat, and I kind of MackSht, and I kind of hit it, and I always didn't like that my voice was so nasally almost kind of.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But then I found out that certain beats, it sounds great.
It works. Yeah, and that's a big thing, bro. Like, understanding your tonal quality. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had the homie Tyreek on. Mm-hmm. And one of the things Money Reeks, we talked to him, shout out to Money Reeks, man. Yeah. And one of the things that I talked to him about was like understanding your tonal quality. You know what I'm saying? And where it's at. And I feel like when you can understand it and dive into it, it definitely changes the way you do music. You know what I'm saying? People try to run away, have a certain type of voice, sound like a certain type of person. But like you saying that, like, I understand my my thing is nasally. You know what I'm saying? My voice is nasally, but I'm gonna actually lean into it to make it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's ways to do it. There's cadences to have. You know what I mean? That,
for sure.
That help that process. And then also now that I've got this voice, now I'm like, okay, that's locked in. I know exactly how to rap on something boom bappy and something real grimy. But now I cut on other beats and I start working on low tone and you know what I mean, all that shit. So it's about having your arsenal big. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Damn, man, wifey blowing me up.
She knew
I had a podcast too.
You wanna hit it real quick?
Yeah. I got to pass it. Yeah. Shout out wifey, man. Without her, there'd be no ZackThaMack.
Yeah. There it is. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Hit that. Put it on silence.
Yeah.
You know
My bad.
Nah, you good.
Can we plug it back in?
No, you're good. We're good. We got it.
All right. So,
hey. Back to scheduled programming.
Yeah, at least we're not live. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
Everything can be edited.
No worries, man. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, so I actually kind of want to go down the off the music for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get back on to the weight that you lost.
Yeah.
And so, did you change your eating habit? Is one of the things I wanted to ask.
In the beginning, yes, a lot. So, and I didn't. I always thought, even when I was overweight, I was like, I never liked the gimmicks of losing weight. Like, oh, you get this thing and I'm gonna be fine. So I smoke a lot of weed personally,
right?
And so I used to just, anytime I was hungry and I knew I shouldn't be eating something or doing that,
right,
I would drink a gang of water and smoke some weed. And I used to tell people weed and water. I was on that shit for a minute, but I've fallen off completely of that, and because I got to a comfortable weight, and I stay in the gym.
You're still in the gym.
Still in the gym.
So that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, but so now I slack a lot on my eating. You know what I mean? But I mean, as long as I'm, you know what I mean, getting after it.
Like, because if you're working, right, you're working at it, like, and you're burning calories and you're building muscle, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's not, maybe you don't want to be big and jacked.
No, I don't want to be a big ass rapper.
Right.
Small.
But I mean,
trying to get like that.
So I guess, kind of to circle back around to the music, is it still like an inspiration to go to the gym?
Absolutely.
And like get inspiration from the gym?
That's where it started.
I know when I go to the gym, it's not. I want to be as healthy as I can, right? But it's also it puts me in a different mind state.
Yeah.
Does it do the same thing for you?
Yeah. I try not to preach on my homies too much, but I'm on that all the time. I tell them that it's just if you get up and doing regular shit, even my job, I do a little bit of heavy labor,
right,
and even that isn't enough to raise my heart rate enough to feel, you know what I mean, to feel decent. When you go in the gym and you just elevate your heart rate, start sweating a little bit, I feel better for at least a couple hours, at least three or 4 hours, you know what I mean?
Easy.
But also, so I used to say this also, I used to smoke tobacco as well. I used to smoke fucking Black & Mild cigars for like 7 years for no reason, just wasting money. So I quit smoking those. When I went into the gym, I quit smoking those. And but I was writing heavy. I was getting into hip hop heavy, and I used to tell people that I got my vices intertwined, right? So my vice in the gym, I got addicted to the gym, where I pretty much got to go to the gym every day. Shout out my wifey because she hates it, but yeah, you know I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah. But so I got that where I want to be in the gym and I want to go get some exercise. When I'm there, I start writing. And you know what I mean, and it was just a thing where I could lean on that. So if I feel like writing today, I'll probably go to the gym. If I just feel like getting the exercise, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna start writing. So
right.
They went hand in hand.
Dog.
Yeah.
It definitely gives some clarity.
For sure, man. It does. It gives you clarity. And we do reviews on our show, our What You Heard show and stuff. I'll put that on in my headphones as I'm working out.
Yeah.
I get a better, clearer image of what that sounds like to me.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm like, because you're huffing and puffing, you got the headphones on, you're in the zone, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's something about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I kind of wanted to kind of pick your brain a little bit about that, because I think that's actually very interesting.
Yeah.
You're pushing your body, to a higher heart rate, and sweating and all this stuff, and you're stressing out your body.
Man. It's good for the mental.
And I was just gonna say, man, it is good. It's so good for the mental aspect of things, not just the physical part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think honestly, it goes hand in hand. Both the mental and the physical.
Even when I was in the gym, I was worried in the beginning. I was worried less about getting the greatest workout every time I was there than I was creating a crazy habit to where I was wanting to be there every day. Because then I feel like even if I slack 2 days out of the week, then I'm still getting good workouts 4 days out of the week,
right?
Or 3 days out of the week.
I've always said this about just go. Like even if it's for 10 minutes. Just create the habit of going.
Of going all the time.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just go, walk in.
It's a good little thing. You get out the house for a minute, and go get some work done. And I was gonna say shout out to the Planet Fitness in Phoenix, man. They used to if anybody around there, I don't live down there no more, but I used to be just rapping on the treadmill, man. I try and keep it down, but I was, you know what I mean. And I also, so I don't know if, somebody can fact check me on this, but I mean I don't know if nobody will, but I always felt like when I was running, right, if I could spit my bars while I was running, that I'm going to be able to spit my bars on stage for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Very smart.
I was, and I remember I ran into some older lady at the gym. She heard me rapping. You know how it's going to go two ways if they hear you rapping. It's gonna
right. Shut the hell up.
Or it's going to be like,
what's going on?
Right. So she came over and she actually had a son that rapped. And
dope.
Yeah. And so she came on the show, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm writing rhymes, I rap. And she's like, oh my God, that's so interesting. And then she was astonished with the little treadmill thing. I was like, I do it on the treadmill because I'm trying to get my breath control up. I smoked a lot of tobacco. I always thought it was like I'm gonna be huffing and puffing. I was always big, like I said. So I would think I think too much about everything probably. Yeah. Okay. All the important things as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, very true. I want to go back a little bit too, man, because when you started getting into rapping, like you said, you were already with wifey. You know what I'm saying? And so how was that transition for both of you? You know what I mean? Because
it takes a lot.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you meet each other and it's like, I'm doing this.
Yeah, look, you don't have to sit aside. This is my career.
This is what it is. Yeah. But for y'all to really have a life already, and then it's like, hey, I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna take up,
and I might not be here.
All my extra time. I'm gonna
exactly right. I might be here and I'm not here, type of shit. So
shout out
to us about that transition. Not only at least from your lens, how it was.
It was big, man. It was something I worried about for sure when I was, you know what I mean? In my head, I was like, you're going to try it. I will say this, that I've never been the perfect in relationships with, before my wife, and even in the beginning of being with my wife with, not keeping my mouthpiece closed and not to be talking to other females and type of shit, right? In the beginning, that was an issue. So then when it comes years later, you know what I mean, I'm going to jump into rap. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was, to me, it was something, it was like, I'm just going to have to be on my P's and Q's. And shout out to wifey. She's always held me down. She the way she tells me is that she's seen the inspiration and she don't want to stop it. So
gotcha.
I don't think she may be the happiest at all the times, but she's super supportive and she is happy that I'm chasing something. I'm chasing my dream. So you know what I mean? It's all love, and to me, that's all I can ask for as a, as a rapper. I feel like I'm a little bit, I got a leg up on anybody that ain't got the wifey. I mean, this is how I feel now, because that's a whole section of life that you're worrying about finding a mate and all that shit.
True.
To me, I can just focus on. I'm late, like I said, I'm late in the game. I can just focus on hip hop. I have my wife and my situation locked down, so I could just go full fledged in that. So I always feel like it would just be taking time away from me if I wasn't.
No, and as somebody who's married and has kids as well, and is doing something that I love, you know what I'm saying, and doing this podcast and content creating, and and I've been in entertainment for doing entertainment type stuff and music and all type of shit for years. I get it, you know what I'm saying, because it is a lot, you know what I'm saying, and it can go one or two ways. It can either be you
have to make sure that if any, there can't be any disdain for it. Yeah,
no. There could be some uncomfortability sometimes. Like,
if there's issues, you gotta address them. And
I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah. That's a different thing.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like going out with the boys too.
I know you. I'm like, we doing stuff. Like I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not doing this for fun. No, I had a homie. Shout out Bird. He's from Houston. He's an artist out in Houston. He be out in Arizona too. He was same situation. He came by the crib one time. We were chopping it up for hours, and he was like, he told me, he's like, you gotta talk to her, and you gotta make her understand that this is a business that you're trying to start,
right?
And this is something you're trying to make lucrative, and it just needs the attention that takes. So if any business you're gonna start, it needs that attention and understanding. Yep. But at the same time, you can't be crazy, man. I try and limit the times where if I know some rap stuff's going on, but I know really everybody's just bullshitting and they're just standing around and ain't nothing gonna happen, no cameras cutting on, no,
right?
You know what I mean, and they're just really all there to hang. I ain't showing up. I'm gonna hang out with my family at that time. You know what I mean, but whenever there's business to be had, and I'm gonna get there, we're doing a show, we're doing whatever freestyle, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna get it done.
Okay,
yeah, nice. That's how I balance that. Everything's balanced, man.
Yeah. You know, tips this way, tips that way. You know what I'm saying? It just depends how it goes.
Absolutely.
So let's get back into the music, bro.
Yeah.
MackSht, Volume 1.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to go a little bit before that, because you are on what we consider to probably be the beginnings of a super team. You know what I'm saying? with Breezeway management. And talk to us about how that whole thing came about, because obviously, you know, we know Breeze, we know Merc, and that was kind of the foundation of everything, you know what I'm saying? And then it was like, this team, and it might have already been there, but it was like, boom, here it is, right? You know what I'm saying?
They do it right, man. Breeze always does it right. I've noticed that. I noticed that before, so I didn't jump on Instagram and check out the Phoenix music scene. Like I said, I was strictly SoundCloud. I wasn't paying attention to nobody. I was working on my own sound. And then 2020, I'm like, all right, I'm going online with it. Oh, also prior to that, I was Mr. Offline. It's hilarious. Switch to wifey, by the way, as well. I wasn't on socials probably from when I was 19, maybe 20, till I was 25 or 26. So I just ghosted everybody, and maybe even before that. I think I was 18 or 19. Okay. And I hopped off socials, and I used to hate it. I used to have the whole spiel, and then I came back, and I'm oh shit, I'm gonna need to promote this shit.
Yeah, you gotta use it. So
now I'm on it a different way. You know what I mean? But now I fall into the traps of social media just like everybody else. So I try and keep it limited. But fuck.
How did that whole thing came about with you and Breeze?
Oh yeah. So I had been following the team since I found Merc. It doesn't take long if you're looking at Phoenix hip hop to see Merc somewhere rapping. Of course. And obviously, if you listen to my music and the way I write my lyrics, I'm looking at him and you know what I mean. I'm like, holy shit, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
So it's all fucking respect and love to that shit, because he's made his own sound, and it's a great sound, and he's a lyricist and all that. So I had seen that, and so I had been following. I'm a fan. I was maybe a year and a half goes by, and I rap on Instagram all the time. I'd be Instagram, TikTok. I go to shows and post videos and that kind of stuff. So I did that for years, and I would just try and stay consistent on posting content online.
Okay.
Trying to grow them something. So I was really just heavily focused on growing my socials, because I was at 0 when I started.
Right.
And so whenever I like I said, I found Merc, and then a year and a half or so goes by, and I did a John Blaze freestyle, and I think I did. Oh, and then I also did one of Merkham's challenges. Okay. And I think Breeze told me that he's seen a couple of those. It wasn't, but I ended up reaching out whenever I seen that they were looking for a roster. So I had seen it. Somebody reposted it. I'm tapped in with. Before that, it was Mickey Zobel.
Okay.
He tapped me in with Snappin'. Me and Snappin' did a video. And then so that kind of got me acquainted. At least I was acquainted with Snappin' and that kind of stuff. And so I knew about the team. And then after that, I seen Snappin' posted something, and he was like, "Hey, we're looking to fill out the roster." Dope. Whenever I got on the phone with him, he was like, "I seen you. I think you got it. I think we could. I think you could take this shit somewhere." So
How long have you been with Breeze?
It's not been long. It's probably 6 months. 8 months.
Just 6 months.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. So it was. We've been cooking, man. I've been showing up to all the little, you know what I mean, events, and we've been. It's a whole team. It's a really family vibe. Everybody supports each other.
It seems like
everybody shows up whenever there's a music video type shit popping, and that's what it is, man. So it's Breezeway out here. We out here getting it.
Yeah, I love what I'm saying, man. And you know, I talked to Breeze recently and told him the same thing. I'm like, man, y'all killing it. Just keep killing it. You know what I'm saying?
I especially like that everybody pretty much has their own sound.
That is true. That is
true.
so true.
Yeah,
I think everybody has their own little pocket that they're in, you know?
So whenever I think I was the last on the roster, to be honest. And so, but he had told me who was in it, and I mean who was on Breezeway already, and I had been looking, and I was like, God damn, all these people are good. All these people got their own sound. Everybody's
different.
Ain't nobody sound like it, trying to sound like another artist, really.
No.
You know what I mean? Everybody's got their own swag, their own everything. So when it was, so prior to that, we all know Instagram promotion is I mean, the people in the DM, oh my God, I can't. I mean, I play with, I be bullshitting with them now. I mean, like, I write back just because I want to fuck with somebody because I can't stand it. Yeah. But anyway, so it was, to me in the beginning, it was like, is this real? Is this somebody getting a money grab? Is this, because there's a lot of people looking for money grabs out there. Ooh,
of course.
So it was important to me to know that he respected what I was doing before we got down. But after that, it's been all love and respect. We've been rocking out, man. Breeze is a busy man. He's been
he's a very busy man.
He's a busy man, but he makes it happen, man.
He does.
That's true. Every time. Yeah. Every time.
He does. And so was MackSht already, like, where was MackSht in this whole timeline? Were you already working on it? Was it pretty much done, or was this something that kind of came after the
MackSht Volume 1 was pretty much already ready to go.
Okay.
The one track is the intro track. Shout out to Breeze. You see, he said, hey, that it's a Benny the Butcher track.
Right.
Flood the Block. And that's what I rapped over. He's like, I think you sound dope. Whoop de whoop.
Okay.
He said, go get the instrumental, get off. And so that was one of the only ones that were new. Prior to even dropping any type of collection, I got probably 70, 80 songs or something like that prior to that. And so most of the stuff on there is at least a couple years, 2 years old, but all freshly recorded and freshly tweaked and played with.
Gotcha.
It's just a lot of the written. So I'm a king of keeping those writtens, man.
Yeah.
I can't tell you time and time again. I've been in a studio. Somebody's cut the beat on. I'm doing a feature, whatever it is, and I'm scrolling through, and I'm like, holy shit, how does this work perfectly with this song?
Right.
And then I might not use the exact copy and paste.
Right.
But it's a great foundation.
It's sure.
I never found. I always call it. I always say in my head, at least, like finding a home for it. Like those lyrics.
For sure.
I didn't have a home for them. I was rapping. Like I said, I used to rap to YouTube beats all the time. I would just keep pressing and writing, and then I find a home for him after sometimes. So, and that's what a lot of MackSht Volume 1 was. So yeah, we tried to. I also love the idea to dropping a tape that was all industry beats, like on some 08 Wayne.
That was honestly going to be my next question, because that is something that really hasn't been done as of recent. A lot of people are looking to do the EPs or just drop singles, or. So what was the choice behind that?
Everything. So I think the reason everybody does it, because it's easy to do everything now. So you don't have to jump through hoops to get an EP out on Spotify and all that stuff. But to me, it was about lyrical exercise and then the promotability of having industry beats and stuff. So on socials and YouTube and that kind of stuff. So and I'm at an early enough stage in my rap career, to me, that it's not gonna hurt me. I'm not gonna make a bag off of it. Right. But it's a great foundation that sits there and is gonna be something that's always gonna be there. You know what I mean? Right. And so I think it's a good foundation, and it's something, to me, in my head, I can pick up MackSht Volume 2 next year, and you know what I mean, go grab all the industry beats and bring it back to some shit. And it's mainly, like I said, mainly about promoting, but that's half the people listening to music now. Half the people don't even click over to Spotify. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Most people are on Instagram trying to get, repost and all that stuff, and that's all the place they listen to it. So if as long as I can grow my fan base, that's what I'm trying to do.
Dope.
What do you think about doing like a full project, like something that has? Because I'm kind of big on it, but it doesn't mean I'm against like singles or EPs or anything like that. I really do enjoy full projects. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, do you have a plan? Maybe not, coming out this year, next year, whatever. But do you like the idea of doing an actual project, putting a title to it, making content for it, front to back, whether it be 10 tracks, 12, 9, so whatever?
My two probably favorite lyricists of the last 10 years, or at least, is J. Cole and Kendrick. So absolutely. I think it's, at the moment, it doesn't make sense for me. But when the time is right, I got to be ready for it.
So you're already thinking about it. Yeah, that's why.
I got tracks I got tracks I'll do, and I'll be like, man, I love this song. I should just save it and just, I mean, maybe it'll be on the album or whatever. So, and that's what I'm kind of battling with right now is finding tracks that I'm going to go on a little single run on Spotify and create some buzz around, a little bit more of a buzz around me before I try and release something into the, rap sphere before.
Right.
What does singles and what like popular type of songs look like for you right now, right? Because with your certain type of style, what would you say that sound would be like? And I kind of asked a similar question to Merk because obviously the industry does have a sound.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't mean you have to go that way, and this has been shown plenty of times by the J. Cole's, the Kendricks, down the line. But how do you avoid going down a path that you really don't want to go down, and also making something that's dope that that translates today? Yeah. Like, what does that sound like for you?
I don't exactly know what it sounds like, but I know that it's very ear catchy. So there's some stuff I do when you hear it, and it's like, okay, this is just obviously catches your ear really quickly when you hear it. So, and then also I think the lyrics play a huge part in that. The whatever vibe you made, if the lyrics are spot on and people love, that's to me what it is. If people love your hook, bro, and and like, or even people do bridges now that are people. That's the part of the song that everybody knows.
Bridge is the new hook.
And so I think it can be a lot of things. And my thing is that I'm not searching for it by no means.
Okay.
I was conscious of this when I was on SoundCloud. I was conscious of not trying to go in no direction intently, but rather making music naturally and then picking through it afterwards.
Gotcha.
Instead, because I feel like at least it's natural, and then I could go through and I could make something out of something that's natural. But if I'm trying to force myself to go a direction, I need to sound like this, and it's gotta be this poppy, and it's gotta. I think I could do a bunch of stuff, and then I could have a list of things. I could be like, man, this thing will probably go crazy. This thing will probably. I think that's how it would be for me. And like I said, the only thing that would stand out in the track, I think, is it'd be my voice and the beat, just the ear catchy kind of thing. You know what I mean?
So your writing process, right? And we've asked a lot of people this. What is your writing process? Are you starting off with a hook? Are you starting off with a verse? Like, how are you attacking a track? Are you already having, like you said, you had some stuff already ready to go? Maybe I'm jumping in with that. Like, what is your writing process on a normal basis?
Is that I get a beat, somebody will send me a beat, I'll throw it on. If something, I always wait, because if something comes naturally, the first couple, it really, and I don't know if it's a hook or it's just a line, it's just one bar, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And I hear it, and I'm like, all right, I'm going with it. But if that doesn't happen, a lot of times I'll lean on my old stuff, and I'll go say, oh, do I have any cadences in here that kind of match up with this really well?
Okay.
So, but before that is the natural, is the 1-2 bar, and then it's everything kind of bleeds after that. It's not, I don't write, I have subject matter I want to talk about.
Okay.
I let the words I write, I let dictate.
So you'll hear a beat and then be like, oh, I feel like I want to talk about this.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily I want to talk about this. I'll hear a beat and I'll hear my voice saying something. You know what I mean?
You hear the cadence.
I'll hear the cadence,
okay.
And I'll hear it, and then if I say something that's really, you know what I mean, to me, some fly shit, you know what I mean? And it's just that's what it is to me. It's like I hear a beat, and I always say in layman's terms is I talk to beats, right? So I always feel like every beat has a bunch of them, has a bunch of different options, but there's some really good ones you can find, right? And so when I throw the beat on and I find myself in a really good pocket, I'll write the rest of the song. I'll write 16 or 32 if I feel like it needs 32, and then I'll break into a hook intently, and then I'll finish the rest out of bars. The second verses are my, you know what I mean, nemesis.
Why is that?
It's because I got mad songs where I'll get one verse hook on both ends, and then I'll never just know where to take it after that. You know what I mean?
And it happens.
And it just I'll let it sit there, and I finished on those before too. I got one in the cut right now that I'm waiting to drop later this year. That I had two verses on it for a long time, but it needed another verse because it's like an emotional, deep song, right?
Okay.
And then I just wrote that shit like a month ago, and this is a song that's 2 years old or so.
Dope.
Yeah. So
That's
I feel
fire.
like that's the most important thing is being able to show and prove, and I can't do that without a catalog of shit.
Yeah. That's true.
So yeah.
That's
Do you ever
true.
dabble into actual beat making? Did that ever interest you?
So my if I was 18 getting into hip hop, I think I would have.
Yeah.
I think I would full fledged have went and done it because I would have felt like I had a little bit more time. I think I would like it. I'm not sure. It's very tedious.
It is very tedious. It takes a lot of work.
Like I do minimal video editing right now on some of my stuff. I don't edit music videos, but I edit promotional stuff and that kind of stuff. And that to me is getting tedious. So I know if that happens, that I know that messing with beats and 16ths and all this shit that is fucking.
It's a lot.
It's
It
a lot,
does. It
and
gets
you
a
gotta.
lot.
And like I said, I don't want to do anything half-assed. Like when I decided to get in hip hop, I'm gonna put my 10,000 hours in. I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna make a plan, and we're gonna do shit from there. I would have to do the same thing for beats if I was going to get into it. So.
Yeah, I tried for 1 week back in 2005. I made 2 half a beats. I said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out of it."
I got a lot of them homies, man.
All right, man, I couldn't do it, man.
They said I've had people,
And the beats was trash too.
Yeah.
They were terrible.
Hey, I'm begging all my old homies to start making beats. This was me 5 years ago. Please just start making beats now.
Right.
And then we'll be a duo whenever.
Right.
I'm working on hip hop.
Right.
You start making beats, man.
Right.
It's hard to find people that genuinely fuck with you, and to me,
to make a sound that
to make a sound
right.
and put the effort in because it's not going to be pretty up front. We're not
It's-
going to
it
get
is-
no bread, and
it is hard to find, you know what I'm saying, a producer that understands, that can mold something that we're like damn near every time you hear that person's beats, and they could be different styles of beats, but it's like I fuck with that. I fuck with the party track. I fuck with that. Like you fuck with every damn thing that they're making. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to find that, or even to find somebody that can mold something to your style. You know what I mean? So it is difficult. You know what I mean?
It's a lot, man. When I first started on SoundCloud, I was on Discord a lot because I was literally Googling how to promote your music.
Right.
Get on Discord. There's little communities you can get into.
Right.
And I was in there and I met a dude from where the fuck was he from? He was from Spain. And
hey, man.
he was mixing my stuff up for like 6 or 8 months. I mean, shout out Terex. I haven't hit him up in a minute, but he was mixing my stuff up, and we were almost making a sound from, you know what I mean, however many miles away, bro.
Right.
And it was because he had heard me, he fucked with me, and he was like, I like your music, bro. Let me work on your music. And it was, and I was paying him out of respect. I was like, hey man, you gotta let me pay you because you know what I mean, I can't have you working on this shit for free, but I don't have the most money for you type.
Europe's got a definite appreciation for the boom bap sound. Like a lot of producers that come out of Europe, like heavy producers, they're definitely big boom bap. Just off the top of my head, one of the biggest ones, man, is Evil Needle. Like Evil Needle.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Evil Needle is
that
like
fool is crazy. I've been trying to tag him for a long time.
Yeah, Evil Needle is
I got
like,
some crazy shit
he's a
2 years
boom
ago
bap
to his beats, bro.
Genius.
Yeah.
So a lot
There's
of they
too
rock
out
with
there.
the old. There's a couple more too. You know what I'm saying? But Abstract is another one that I know of. Yeah, man, they definitely rock with that sound out there. You know what I'm saying? I do want to ask you, do you feel like, because you said you got songs, you know, you got the verse, you got maybe, you know what I'm saying, I can't hit that second verse. Are you hitting now that you in it and you got, you know what I'm saying, some people you rocking with, you like, hey, I'm gonna need you to finish the second one for me, you know what I'm saying?
No, we doing that.
Are you guys working on some of those tracks?
Not okay. So I was all encompassed by MackSht Volume 1 just recently. So that is my next step, is to get a single out. And before that and during all that, that's when we're trying to cook up some stuff. So everybody I work with is fire, so I know that, but to me it's like not, I can't just do it like you know what I mean,
just put it together.
Can't just put it together and
yeah,
this needs a verse, but I have to hear him on it, and I listen to everybody around me, and yeah, it has to come off. I've been around Merc for last 6 months.
Yeah.
And I ain't found a track for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't found a track for him. It has to be because I'm not just gonna do it. I'm not just gonna do it. So it has to be something where it's like, hey, I'm coming to him and look, this is one of the ones. I think you could. Ooh, this is what I'm doing. I think you could. Has to be something like that where I'm excited about it. Because I don't want to press nothing out like that and just know. Low quality, you know what I mean, not putting all the effort into it. But yeah, that's definitely in the plans. But like I said, everything has to line up right. The stars gotta align.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't asked this in a while. What do you think of hip hop today?
It's in a great place right now.
You like it? You
right
like where it's out?
Yeah. Right now, it's not, and there's a lag on everything. I think this is almost everything in life that there's a little lag. And we just said it's all about balance, the pendulum swings, all that stuff, right? And it went one way, and it's on the upswing. As far as I'm concerned, the other way.
Right.
Less poppy, less people are creating sounds and getting massive on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And not even TikTok, just there's people out here just making massive fan bases. And so I think it's great to have, and there can still be all this shit that has been for the last 10 years. There could still be pockets of that everywhere. But it's that there's a lot of balance. People are realizing that it's less about sounding like, you know what I mean? I mean, some people are realizing less about sounding like everybody else.
Right.
And more about being its originality is the key. And
I think too, and is more people I think are going more lyrical.
Yeah.
What I've found,
it's getting more
kind
lyrical.
of like you said, that pendulum is kind of swinging back to that more lyrical part of it, because we were stuck into
less lyrical.
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to be nice. Less lyrical about it, which is fine. But I'm glad we're getting back into the more lyrical side of things.
It's natural as far as I'm concerned. If you listen to or talk to people, a lot of people have this opinion. I've heard it a million times. Is I don't listen to hip hop no more, man. I used to love hip hop though. I just couldn't. All this poppy, all this. You know what I mean? Nobody raps no more and all this stuff. Yeah. And so that was, I think, a lot of the general consensus of the public. And then now you got people growing up in that and then going, okay, well, I'm gonna do it this way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just it's like a pendulum thing. I think we're on the upswing of something crazy, and we'll see where we end up, man.
And I think too, bro, like like hip hop, I forget who said this, man, but they brought it up and it was a perfect point. That hip hop is still a baby, like when it comes to like music. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Absolutely.
And if you really think about the essence of hip hop was really a party. You know what I'm saying? So there's always going to be that element of,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It's about getting out, having a good time, forgetting about your problems.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's also that other side. I think what had happened was, you know what I'm saying? What had happened was, you had so much of the, like you said, so much of the pop.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of great artists, but now you got Griselda really being one of the biggest groups. You know what I'm saying? Benny, Conway, Westside Gun,
everybody, man.
Wiz Khalifa has recently, and he's not the most lyrical, but he does align himself with. He'll say some shit. He's an artist.
He's an artist. He talks
Big Crit, like you know what I'm saying. Obviously, Kendrick dropping one of the most phenomenal albums. In recent memory, Nas still being relevant at this point and dropping 3 back-to-back fire albums, coming out with another one. Like there's always that balance, and like you said, with J. Cole dropping recently, Nas dropping recently, Kendrick dropping very recently, even like the Jack Harlows of the world, man. Like I feel like we got to stop. What is lyrical?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like. Are you saying a statement? Some people can say a lot of words, and they ain't saying shit.
There's no substance.
Some people can put words together well, and they're saying a whole lot of shit, and there's substance to it.
You got to balance
You got to balance both.
And you have to be poppy enough too.
You got to be poppy enough a little bit. Like even Benny's kind of understood that, jumping on different type of things. You know what I'm saying? So
you got it. It's a balance of all that. All that bundled into one. You got to think about all that. You know what I mean? So.
Have you ever thought about getting into like and I only ask like super like, you know what I'm saying, rapper niggas, you know what I'm saying, like of like getting into like battle rap.
I thought about it. Yeah, I've thought about it before. I've never took the step. Have
you seen like recent battle rap?
Not recent. I told you I was on the couch. I was 25. From 22 to 25, I was heavy. Probably, and before that, we were 18, 17.
Like Serious Jones.
Watching Serious Jones. Jen when
Move.
Yeah, on the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
on the street.
Smack.
When I was young.
Volumes.
Yeah, and then I was into it heavy right before I was playing video games a lot and listening to and watching battle. We used to have barbecues at the house. Turn battle rap on. You know what I mean? And we'd be in there. And then as soon as I started making my own sound, it was dead silence. I stopped. It was, to me, it's just a time thing, man. Like I got like we've already talked about this, but I got the kids at home, the wife at home. It's all about a balanced time thing for me. So I had to cut certain things out. Yeah. And that was one of them things. And
I get it.
And caring about what people think was another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's certain things you got to cut out, man.
Why do you say that in particular?
Because you just can't be in your own head. You got to just do it,
Gotcha.
And then if you feel good doing it, do it.
Yeah.
And that's as far as I'm concerned with everything. If you feel good doing it, you feel good about it yourself, then do it. Don't think about how it's going to be received. I used to write raps. That Bastard Kid, I used to listen back to it, and I used to think about everybody's perspective that would hear the song. So, what's my? I'm gonna listen to it now, and I'm gonna think about my mom listening to it, and then I'll be like, I'm gonna listen to it now. I'm gonna think about how my brother feels. I'm listening now. I'm gonna think about how my homie listen to it. Right. So I still do that to this day because I think it helps with. Finding out if the song is good sometimes.
Right, for sure.
And I had to cut some of that noise out and just go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fall into something you trust, for sure.
Yeah, and you've had videos of obviously, man, you being on the street rapping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Walking down, you know what I mean?
Man. I was out there before work too, out there getting it.
Were you? Okay, nice.
I pulled off.
I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to gain the eyeballs to get some steady shows in Phoenix. So that's what the goal is, man. I had a couple spots. I've probably done 5 performances since the end of last year or something. But I'm trying to find a spot where I could just really go get in my bag like all the time. So I'm on the hunt for that, and then just trying to gain the popularity to start popping out all the time. So that was one of them. I knew it was gonna be a great tool online. You know what I mean? Yeah. I knew it was gonna look good, and it was to hype up Get the Bag, which is a Soldier. It went crazy on TikTok, 200,000 or some shit views on TikTok. And everybody was in the. This is a Soulja Boy song. This is a Soulja Boy song because it was a Soulja Boy beat. So I just felt like it was a good little, get out in the street rapping on the Soulja Boy. Soulja did it first.
right.
Sometimes it just lines up, man.
Yeah, man. What is what's up next, man, for ZackThaMack, man?
We got.
Hold on, before you get into that, man, we gotta be better, man. We gotta be better, man. Why are you the Mac?
Oh yeah, where did that come from? Yeah, where did that come from?
You was just trying to rhyme it up. Yeah. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
No. So one of my homies who passed away, who's on my arm right now, in high school. He started calling. We was at parties and he would be ZackThaMack, Mac. You know what I mean? And it was over. I wasn't crazy. I got down, but I wasn't out here getting all the bitches. It was it was like one instance that happened, and he's like, "That's ZackThaMack." Okay. And so I had that in the cut, right? And then I was thinking, and I was like, "That's order number 1 when you're trying to get in hip hop." You're like, what's my name? I liked the idea that my real name was in it because we all know what Kendrick did, man. I studied hip hop, man. So he said, "Fuck it, Kendrick Lamar EP."
Yeah. So he was K'd out before that.
Yep. And so I liked the fact that my real name was in it, and then that popped in my head immediately, and I was ZackThaMack. And then I also I wasn't conscious of this in the very beginning, but I had homies say to me, ZackThaMack, what are you doing? Like he's like, you just need a better name, bro. And I'd be like, and I liked that the initial people read your name and they be like, ugh, who the fuck is ZackThaMack? And then they hear you spit and you're really dope. It's a surprise factor, right?
Okay.
So it's a cheap little surprise factor. You know what I mean? Rather than being like, who is this? And it's like, oh, ZackThaMack, and then you get on the mic and I'm going crazy. So it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Like it.
Yeah. So I like the duality of that. Yeah. You know bad. It looks bad, but he's really good.
Yeah.
It sounds so old school and so outdated, but but this fool's spitting his ass off. So.
Okay.
I like that vibe. ZackThaMack, MackSht.
Yes, sir. So now, what's next, man, for ZackThaMack?
I have another video coming out over clips grinding. Pretty soon. We're getting it ready now. It's already shot, and then after that, I'm formulating a little Spotify run, man. So, and like we said before, I got the whole big picture lined up, but we're taking it. I always never want to rush myself. My point, or up until this point, I've always taken shit little piece by piece. So when I was on SoundCloud, I did that and I focused on that and I didn't promote. I didn't do nothing. And then I felt like I got good enough to where I was like, okay, now you have to start doing some more shit. So that's how I kind of take everything. That's why if I put a mixtape out, I have to get some singles out.
Right.
For sure. And after that, if people are really fucking with me and everybody's sharing, you know what I mean, everybody's doing the thing, I have to put an album out. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do it before then. So I want to make sure, you know what I mean? I'm conscious of the next in 10 years even from now, looking back, and I want it to look right. You know what I mean? So it's all a big plan, man.
Nice.
Dope.
Nice. Dope. Anyways, man, thank you so much for coming in, man.
I'm glad y'all held out for me.
Man.
You know, stuff comes up, man.
The first time I lost my voice, man. I was out here. I was in the car with COVID, right? I posted a little video. I had a show the weekend after that, and I was in the car trying to rap, and it was. And then I remember the day of, I think the morning of, I'd woke up early trying to come in here, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna be on the podcast. I gotta sound right, and I'm all. And I don't know if you've seen anybody that got COVID and lost their voice type shit. That shit was terrible. So it was, but we back at it now.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you, man. Let them know where they can follow you. You know what I'm saying? Let them know.
ZackThaMack on Instagram, ZackThaMack, and then on Spotify and every other platform to listen to me is on ZackThaMack. You'll find me, man. THA, not THE.
There you go. That's important too.
Oh my God,
that is important too.
Not the.
Hey, when I get big, when I get big, I'm gonna buy that other one. Because it's just bullshit right now. I'm buying Zach THE, man. So that whenever they look at my shit, it comes up, because I've had mad people like, can't find it, and I'll send them the link, and they're like, oh, I forgot. I didn't know that. I've had other people too hit me, producers, and be like, damn, I gotta put some respect on it. My bad, I didn't even look.
Shit.
Because they'd be like, hey, you didn't get the email? I'm like, nah, I ain't got it, man.
Oh shit. Somebody else got a whole beat. You know what I'm saying?
ZackThaMack. At that beat. No, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. It's been a great conversation. Shout out Breeze. You know what I mean? He's making this shit move. Shout out you guys' podcast, man. I'm gonna be tapped in from now on. So
appreciate you, man.
We going up, man. You look out for my face out in the streets, man.
For sure,
I'll
man.
be rapping, man.
I love it.
For sure.
I love it, man. I love it.
Anything will be rapping.
All right, man. You guys stay safe. You guys stay positive out there.
And as always, this is the Gray Space.
MackSht.
Peace.